Okay. Hello, little ghoulies, and welcome to another episode of Iced Coffee with Heavy Screams. So, as you can see, I am not alone tonight. I am not. I brought somebody from the shadows. I brought them into the shadows, into the shadows. So, tonight, I have one half of Dead Man's Mic, Mr. Nick White.
What up? What up? Thank you for having me. I have been waiting to join the Iced Coffee with Heavy Screams Nation for a while, so
Yeah.
excited to be
You
here.
have your iced coffee?
I have ice water.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
That's
So
about it.
that's fine. We did not go to Seven Brew today,
No,
unfortunately.
no.
Unfortunately, but it's okay. So we're gonna talk. I wanted to definitely bring you on here tonight because we're gonna talk about Dead Man's
Okay.
Dead Man's Mic.
Yeah.
So last year was this year still. No, last year. It is the first day of 2020, 2026.
Yeah.
Last year,
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody listening.
starting it
Straight
off
up.
with a bang.
2026.
Literally. So last year was the first year I went to HHN. Now, I've always known about HHN, obviously as somebody who loves haunted houses, but I was introduced to it from you guys I had a crash course.
Yeah.
Cra-
Yeah.
Crash course. So why did you start Dead Man's Mic? I need to know that. We can start off
Um,
what started it.
the main reason that we started Dead Man's Mic was so Yurdi and I, who run Toxic Icon,
Mhm,
we used to funnel a lot of information about HHN through our platform.
mhm.
But the issue that we had was that we use a professional editor. Shout out to our boy Louis, Takeover Films. But we
Lou
use
Money.
right, Lou Money.
We'll
But we
tag
use
it.
a professional editor to do that. And
Mhm,
so by the time that we would have everything ready to go and we
mhm,
would have a specific rollout routine for that
mhm,
information or that video or whatever that we were planning to do geared
mhm,
toward HHN, by the time that we would get it out, that news was now old news and there was something else on the forefront.
mhm,
So I wanted to create a sub series essentially that would just talk about theme parks and HHN. And so Craig and I have like we've been brothers for a long time, but we really
mhm,
bonded over, HHN being an event thing. So we took that and kind of molded Dead Man's Mic into a platform that would be kind of like a one-stop shop for like speculation,
mhm.
hype up, our thoughts, our blogs, our experiences, but also a space to get information out as soon as we get the information. So as soon as we get it, we want to get it out there so
Mhm.
that you guys, the audience, can have it before it's too late or before we move on to something else.
Now, from the first time that I've heard spec and all of that, you are very correct because it comes out and it comes out quick and it comes out hard, and then you have tomorrow the next set of spec
Yeah.
that is coming out.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
fully fully agree with. So when you think of HHN and everything, like what is HHN to you? What is that to you if you think about it?
Ooh, about to start crying, man.
Listen,
no,
we don't need that, right? Listen.
no, 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 no. Um, to me, HHN is really obviously it's a theme park Halloween event. It is
Mhm.
like the flagship theme park Halloween event. And I do want to throw some flowers to Not Scary Farm out at Not Scary
Flowers.
Farm in LA
Mhm.
because Not Scary Farm, if you know your haunted history, Not Scary Farm is actually the very first theme park Halloween event. It is the
Really?
longest.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's the longest run. HHN didn't kick off until the 90s. I want to say
Which is
Scary
crazy.
Farm started in the 70s. And I could be wrong, but I want to say that it kicked off in the 70s. Obviously, it's like fall harvest and then
Yeah.
morphing into something else. Here in St. Louis, we have Six Flags St. Louis, so we do
Mhm.
have a Fright Fest. But when YouTube became accessible to everybody, you see that first video of HHN,
Mhm.
the haunted house theme park lover in me was already like, wow, there is something
Right.
more out there, and honestly something bigger, because I really thought that Fright Fest was like the cream of the crop when it came to this kind of thing.
Mhm.
So then when I discovered HHN, I'm like, okay, this is something much bigger. So to me, not only is it a badass event and
Right.
probably one of my favorite things ever, it's also a community. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, I literally have my family and my best friends because of HHN. My
Mhm.
reasons to travel, HHN. Like,
Yeah.
even some of my favorite music artists are because of
Mhm.
their part that they had in shaping HHN. So
Yeah.
it's a community, man. It's a huge community, and you meet a lot of people. Of course, the haunted houses are the plus, that, like, that's the icing
Yeah.
on the cake, but it's
Yeah.
everything else that comes with it. So it's kind of everything to me, honestly. Like, I won't miss a HHN. I don't
We
miss one. I won't. I'll
we
spend my last on it and hurt when I get back home. I promise. I've done it every year.
just go to Tony's the next day and it's be fine.
That's it. That's it.
Just be fine. Where did the name Dead Man's Mic come from?
So one of our favorite houses at HHN. This was HHN 31. Yeah, it was HHN 31. It was the same year that had the weekend and
Mhm.
Universal Monsters Legends Collide. And what was another IP that year? I want to say Blumhouse did a house of like Black Phone and Happy Death Day. But Dead Man's Pier was an original
Mm.
house that Universal did that was basically a decrepit, like, fisherman town, like a beach
Mhm.
town, like Northeast Maine. Like, think about that, like a lighthouse kind of town that's overrun by a bunch of like angry fishermen and pirates and things like that. And
Okay.
when I went through it, we were just kind of taken back because the detail
Mhm.
is insane. And so they were one thing that HHN is really good with. If you all go listen to Dead Man's Mike, is we talk about how good they are with creating atmospheres. Anybody can make a
Mhm.
haunted house, but
Mhm.
like, can you drop me into an atmosphere to where I forget for those 3 to 5 minutes that I'm at Universal Studios,
Right.
And I felt that way when I went through there. So we really wanted to tribute to that. And so we were like, man, let's call it Dead Man's Mike, because not only would it be, paying homage to the crew that created and acted
Mhm.
in the haunted house, because we always give flowers to the design team, but the actors as well, because it doesn't get done without both.
Mhm.
Want to shout them out, but also pay homage to the history that it's a part of. It has gone down in HHN history as one of the best HHN houses ever, and multiple people will say it. So I'm kind of proud of the name, and we just kind of played around with it a little bit
Yeah.
with Dead Man's Mike, something completely different.
And that's what I think, especially with being such a newbie to HHN. When I started listening to your guys' podcast, you don't just talk about the haunted houses. You don't just talk about the concepts. You guys really go into number one, the history of HHN and the history of the houses. And also, like, especially for this year, you guys talked about Easter eggs. There's just so many connections. First off, how do you keep up with all those connections? Because there's a lot going on. There, there is so
It
much
is.
from one season to another. Like, how do y'all keep this up?
So I think the best way to explain that is to explain that every year of HHN is completely different.
Mhm.
From the house announcements to the speculation to the rollouts to the clues around the park to the clues that you see online, you have to follow credible sources online. There are different ways to speculate, because you
Mhm.
talked about spec at the very beginning of the episode. It really goes into what speculation is. Speculation is the entire HHN community tossing ideas back and forth to kind of crack the code on what houses we think may or may not be at the event.
Right.
And I think when you learn more history about the event, when you learn the icons of the event, when you learn, okay, it's been like this many years since we've seen
Mhm.
Oddfellow, or it's been this many years since we've seen Jack, it's basically doing math. Like, you start putting
Yeah.
stuff together, and like, you're like, dude, I don't know. Like, this year is an anniversary year.
It is.
Everybody wants Jack versus Oddfellow. We want Jack versus Oddfellow. You don't want it, but like everybody else,
Listen, what
like
did she? What did he say? I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna go,
I
but
don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't know how it's gonna go. But you know,
And that's how you speculate. You really put stuff together, and you have to follow credible sources. That's the main thing. There are certain pages that you can follow that will put information out that may stick for a while, but it may not be as credible. But
right,
if you know some people, because that's the other thing, you never want to put out your sources like that. You know who you know, like those things. But
right,
if you know a page or you know a platform, and you know that they have insight conversations with John Murdy or Michael Aiello from Orlando, that is credible information. So those are things that you can speculate to kind of keep the hype up going. That's why when you hear people say like HHN is all year long, it really is, because as soon as it's over, we start speculating.
I'll say there were speculations like the week we came back,
Yeah,
like about
yeah,
oh we s- and I also want to. You guys don't just like Dead Man's Mic is not just about HHN. It
correct,
is, but it's not. So
right.
that's why I really like your guys' platform because if you are just an amusement park lover, obviously Epic just came out last. Was it just?
It was spring
Was
of
it year?
2025.
Oh, I feel like it's been out for 7 years at this
I
point.
know. Yeah, I think
Like
it'll be a full year Memorial Day weekend.
that is insane.
Yeah.
But you guys do cover that. You guys cover just the amusement park. How do you think that relates to like HHN when you guys do that still? Do you think
Um.
there's a correlation between the two?
Yeah, absolutely. It all goes in hand, because the theme parks have to operate all year
Mhm.
round.
Right.
So when they operate all year round, and we know that we are not going to be able to successfully put out, we're not going to be able to push HHN content
Mhm.
365 days a year without rambling and or spitting out the exact same things.
Mhm.
So Craig and I agreed to dig deeper and talk about other things that we love. So you might get an episode from us ranking our favorite Universal resorts from least to
Mhm.
favorite. And we want to give you guys tips, tricks, and everything you need to survive a weekend at the parks. We want to give y'all the information that we know from what we've experienced at the
Mhm.
hotels, at other parks. We want to talk about rides that are going to be open. We want to like talk about construction updates on different rides, what rides are
Yeah.
closing down because they're getting refurbishment. Like we
Mhm.
want to talk about all these things because this keeps the park going.
Mhm.
And then what happens is we're going into the spring season now,
Yeah.
which speculation has been like right here,
Oh, it's
but
about
by the end of the month we're going to be up here.
Mhm.
So now what you're going to see is our episodes are going to start trending toward HHN again. Our
Mhm.
episodes are full HHN, and then once we get the first house announcement, it's on go. Like we're gonna pump it out,
I
and that's what we did. If you really go back, you can see we did episodes in correlation to every single
y'all
house
did.
up
Mhm.
to.
Mhm. I feel like that first house announcement is gonna break because I think everyone is so eager to figure out how the anniversary year is gonna go.
What do you think it is from somebody who you just went to your first
I
HHN?
did. Y'all, I went
Well,
to I went
actually, this is a
oh,
two-part question. It's a two-part question because number
okay.
one, what did you think about your first HHN?
It was
What is it to you, right? Like,
yeah.
what was your experience? And also, from what you've heard from us about speculation,
Mhm.
you know how to spec, but you're new. You're still learning how to spec.
I'm very new.
So,
Um,
like all those different things, what do you see coming forth?
so well, HHN when I very first, I mean, you see as somebody that I've watched like Tim Tracker, I've watched Tampa J, like I've watched all the YouTubers go there for so many years, and I've always been like, oh my gosh, like I want to be able to be under that medallion. When I saw the medallion for the first time, I said, oh, I'm at
Oh,
HHN. I'm at Halloween Horror Nights.
that's when it hits. When you walk up to that medallion, you go,
I
"Oh,
was like, I'm here.
I mean, I'm
I'm,
actually here."
and it was just a theme park full of people that loves what we love. It felt like we were in our own world, literally.
Yeah.
I did not know what was going on outside of at that park, but I just knew I was around people that love the same thing as me. Shout out to Russell. I guarantee you he was there.
Hey, shout out Russell, man. He's at the park right now. He's there right
He's
now.
my hero. I don't care.
Yeah,
That man is
Russell,
an idol.
Russell's the truth.
I don't care. But I think so. I feel like maybe the first announcement will be like the Oddfellow, just because the amount of even oh my gosh, who was at the? There was Easter eggs in Altista and Altista.
El Artista.
El Artista. Wasn't there Easter eggs in there?
Yeah, it was the Oddfellow symbol, I think.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit about that. So this is what Universal's really good at, and that's why I said you're still learning how to spec, because a lot of people, honestly, the real speculators picked up on it. That's the reason it broke the internet the day it was posted, because somebody went through on the final night and saw that sign sitting there in plain sight in the very last scene of El Artista. Let me connect something for you. Last night of HHN, last scene of the house, the event is about to close. The Oddfellow symbol is sitting there, and it wasn't there at all during the event. It was
it wasn't?
No, it was only there on the final night. It was only there on the final night. See what I'm saying? And the face that you made, what you're experiencing, that is speculation. Because what the does that mean?
That is insane.
And that's what they do. They make you think. They make you think. They make you put stuff together. That was one of those things where, like, as soon as I saw it, me and Craig were like, oh, last scene of the house, last night of the event is about to close. As soon as they posted that, the event was over. The park had closed. So that's a cliffhanger. That's just like a movie kind of ending, but letting you know we got a sequel on the way, or like part 3. You know, this is the same kind of thing.
I'm not ready.
But see, but the crazy thing about it is, what does that mean? We keep saying we want Jack versus Oddfellow, right? Of course, we want a house, but is that a house? Does that replace Nightmare Fuel? Is it a show? Is it a miracle?
I love Nightmare Fuel so much.
No.
And that's with HHN, like that's what I've learned. And I think that's what a lot of people that don't understand like haunted houses or don't understand just haunted attractions in general. I feel like when you talk about HHN, you think it is just like a normal, not saying anything is wrong with it, but just our normal parks that we see that has like 8 or 9 houses. You have some scare zones, but it is so much more than that. How would you defend that if somebody did tell you that, like, oh, it's just a bunch of haunted houses? How would you defend that? How would you say it's different?
The way that it's different, first thing would be the detail of the houses.
That El Artista, I was like,
beautiful house. Beautiful house. That's another thing. Every year at HHN, there's all the houses look cool, right? Like, Universal has the budget to do whatever they want with these houses. But every year there's always one that's gonna look a little better than the rest.
Yeah.
And El Artista was that. Last year, for me personally, I think was Ghostbusters. Like the scenic work.
Frozen Empire.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. It was really incredible. And you think, wow, they put all this energy into a house that legitimately only lasts like 2.5 to 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's like they want to put you, in that atmosphere. So I'm offended by detail, atmosphere. Speculation is something that keeps us involved with the event all year long. We can't go speculate Fright Fest. We can't go speculate Dark Nights.
We're not going to speculate. Exactly. We're not going to speculate what's going to be at Haunt. We're not going to speculate what's going to be because the houses, I'm not going to say doesn't make an impact, but the houses don't connect with the fans the way that I feel like HHN does. And I feel HHN from going the first time is such a personal experience. I have a completely different experience than you. You have a completely different experience than Yurdi. Even Craig would have a completely different experience. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone feels different about the houses.
Yeah, and if you were to, and we've done panels and episodes about this stuff. Like if you were to go listen back to it, when we did the panel with Yurdy and Doom buddies, like
Mhm.
we're all sitting up there, and I can't remember who asked the question, or I
It
think
was
it was
Chloe, because Chloe Sledge's
Chloe.
daughter was
Yeah,
a
yeah, it
lot
was
older
Chloe,
than that. And yeah.
and she said, I think her question was, "What was our least favorite house
Yes. And what was
and
y'all's
why?"
favorite?
And not from this year, but just overall. That
Mhm.
question made us think. But if you really think about it, I said a house that I couldn't stand
Mhm.
that Kate said was one of her top.
Exactly.
Craig said a house where I was like, "That's cool." Like it's kind
It's
of
cool, but it's not like what I would.
yeah. And then we not only that, all of us up there on that stage being HHN fanatics, we also
Mhm.
dropped a bunch of houses that people didn't think about. Because
Mhm.
that year that I dropped Fiesta de Chupacabras, nobody was thinking about that house when
Yeah.
that was in the lineup with The Weekend and
Mhm.
Monsters, Legends Collide and Happy Death Day, and nobody was thinking about that.
Right.
But that's why I dropped it because it's like that house was incredible, and that's why I love the Monstros, the Latin America houses, like all that stuff.
Montrose. So good in LA.
See? Yeah, yeah,
And I
really.
love that the two coasts, and y'all told me this too. Y'all told me that yes, it's the same event, but it's a different experience
Yeah,
for both of the coasts. And oh my goodness.
yeah,
Like
yep,
Wyatt was at both houses, or Wyatt was at both coasts, and Wyatt scared the absolute out of me in LA.
yeah. That house looked like it
Was
was
so much scary.
on
And
point.
the scarecrow. So I walked in there because I was like, I ain't gonna be scared of no scarecrow. Excuse me? They were on my neck. I said, what? I was sweating. I said, what?
Yeah, no, they do. The best way that Gertie and I have always explained it to people is that Orlando is a little more family friendly with it.
Mhm,
Not that it's not scary, but it's a little more manageable.
mhm.
Hollywood is like on 10.
They did not care.
They
They
don't they
mm-mm.
don't care.
No,
They don't
but you
care.
could tell the difference though, because there was not like LA did not have a lot of kids. Like LA legit, like legit, there were some kids there, but it was mainly like older teenagers and then our age.
They know the audience is
Orlando, exactly. Orlando had hell kids because it's just I feel like that's just the area.
well,
It
you
is.
also have to think about this. Universal Orlando has HHN that's happening.
Yeah.
Down the highway, they have Hallow Scream that's happening at SeaWorld,
You're right.
which Craig and I did. And we,
Mhm.
if I'm not wrong, I don't think, no, we talked about it on the episode because it was our first Hallow Scream at SeaWorld. And Busch Gardens is in Tampa, owned by the same people that own SeaWorld. So they host Hallow Scream as well.
Mm.
But their theming is different at both of them.
Yeah.
But the caliber of those events are completely different. Universal HHN is massive.
Yeah.
Hallow Scream is very well known, very notarized. We love that event,
Mhm.
but the crowds were not nearly the same. The crowds were not as big, which for somebody, if you want like a smooth segue into the theme park
Right.
Halloween event kind
Mhm.
of scene, then
Mhm.
Hallow Scream is perfect. We loved it because
It
the way
looked really
people
cool on y'all's story.
yeah, no, it was
It did.
very,
It looked cool.
very. I would urge people to go support all of them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got to think about LA being out in Hollywood. You have so many haunts, independent haunts out
That
there in
that
California.
we
You
had like
also have Not Scary Farm down the street.
we were
So LA, they have to scare the shit out of people
yeah.
because
They
if
have
it's weak,
haunted or Bloody
people
Mary
go
or
somewhere else.
Mary too. The
Yep,
ship.
Queen Mary. Yeah, yeah,
We were oh my god, that looks
yeah. It's
so
yeah, it's pretty dope.
now as a scare actor, obviously. If okay, so Ghoulies, I forgot. This is on not Toxic Icon right now. If y'all don't know, we have just we have Nick White here. Along with Yerdy, that is actors at the Darkness that I went to this year and almost died. Just so just
In St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri. I'll put their website and everything up there. So, as a scare actor, though, does it like how do you go through the houses and not look at those actors and kind of get? Do you like want to be in the house as an actor, or do you get in that mindset when you go in there,
Are you talking
or do
about
you?
HHN?
Yeah, or do you just go in there more as like a patron, or like is it hard for you to turn it off when you're in there?
So it's actually in independent haunts,
Yeah.
it is not easy for me to turn it off. Um, but out of respect for the other actors that and
Mm,
actresses that are in independent haunts, HHN, whatever, this may sound cliche, but it is their show.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it being their show is not about us. We have to go through and really enjoy it because even though we're scare actors, we still want the show as well.
Right.
So we just really go through and try to, take in that atmosphere. Like
Mm.
we know it's fake. We know none of this stuff is real, but we want the
Jalen,
atmosphere too.
Jalen almost killed me, so
Well,
it
yeah,
was real. I'm just saying,
yeah. You had a long night at the darkness. You
almost
did.
killed me.
But like, and when we're at the darkness, that's our time to shine. That's our time to act and
Yeah.
do our characters. But when we go to other haunted houses, we not only do we want to get scared, we want the show too. So like,
Yeah.
we will also, out of respect, not show up to another haunt wearing our haunted house's stuff because this isn't about self promotion. This isn't
Mhm.
about showing ourselves off. It's about supporting them and getting the show. So that's the best way that like you know what I'm saying? We are
Yeah.
able to get a full experience. Because if
Right.
I go in wearing this gray hoodie, nobody, if they don't know me
Yeah.
personally, they'll never know that I hunt.
Correct.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? So that way that we don't catch that.
Now, do you real quick before we go back to Dead Man's Mike, I am just curious, do you ever get inspiration that you're gonna take back? Like if you see an actor act a certain way, if you see somebody act in a scene a certain way, do you kind of
Oh,
take that inspiration back to the haunt with you?
yes, absolutely. So one thing that I learned early on in my hunt career from one
Mm,
of my first section leaders was that you can always learn something from somebody else. So, in other words, always be coachable. So, I always keep an open mind and I want to make sure that I'm not taking anybody's bit because you don't want to do that. Like, that's a giant no no in the community. Like, if let me see, Hell's Gate Haunted House
yeah.
outside of Chicago.
I know what
They
you're talking about.
have, yeah, two of their icons, Fluffy and Mother. They've been there for a long time.
Not fluffy.
Hey, Fluffy's wild. In fact, if I'm not wrong, I want to say he just retired. I
Not
think he just retired.
I'm about to look
But
up.
like for somebody to go up there as a hunter,
Yeah.
study what they're doing in the queue line.
Mhm.
So check how savage this would be. You go to the haunted house on a packed night, you buy a general admission ticket because you know you'll be in line for 3 hours.
Right, right.
When you stand there and study them and steal all of their shit, that's a no no. That's not gonna work. But what you can do is kind of look at how they move and take inspiration from that and come up with something completely original.
Right.
It's never really brought to life through practice with
Mm.
hunt. Like with theater, you're gonna practice, you're gonna rehearse your lines, you're
Right.
gonna rehearse. Haunting is so improv driven that
Oh
like
yeah.
majority of the bits that we do with the haunted house,
Mhm.
like all the stuff that we come up with, it just happened out front. It just happened. And if it was a hit with the crowd, and if we know that it's something we want to build off of, then we make sure to store it so that we
Yeah.
can. So it's all about being inspired and using that as a guide, but also not taking
Yeah.
what they do. That's a big part.
And now I'll make sure to put the website and everything. Now, if y'all are haunt lovers, I'm telling you, go to the darkness. It's a little crazy. We're gonna see if I don't know who's gonna be outside, but I'm telling you this right now. The person that you see that I'm interviewing is not who you're gonna see outside.
It's not. It's not.
I don't, this
I
may
don't. I
turn
don't.
into absolute chaos. But
Yes.
But I digress. So with Dead Man's Mic, what has been like your favorite fan moment with Dead Man's Mic when you're going in the parks so far?
I have two. I got
Okay.
two.
Okay.
One was actually really humbling and was an honor for me and Craig. And I bet if Craig was sitting here, he would say the exact same thing. But we met somebody at the park who
Mhm.
recognized us from Dead
Yay.
Man's Mike. And Dead Man's Mike is a small platform. Like we were trying to grow it, but it
Mhm.
is small.
Small
But
but
to
mighty.
have somebody come up and be like, "Wait, you guys are from St. Louis and you
Yeah.
guys do an HHM podcast. Like I know y'all, Dead something, right? Like we were
Yeah.
like Dead Man's Mike, yeah." But instead of being cocky about it, this was a nice to meet you. Like, who are you?
Right.
What brings you to the parks? We want to get to know people. We want it to be more of like a family and not just, oh, you
Mhm.
guys listen to us, support us, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And another thing, another moment was just honestly, this had nothing to do with Dead Man's Mike per se, but Halloween Horror Nights 33. We were in LA. We were in line for the
Mhm.
Weekend Nightmare Trilogy, and the whole line was singing all the songs that they were playing by the Weekend.
Yes.
It was a whole party. Like you couldn't be in there acting like you were too cool to kick it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Everybody was just there for a good time and just wanted the show. And so that was really cool just to kind of feel like unified with a bunch of people that love the same stuff as you love.
That's yeah. It never has felt like a cool kids club when everyone is wanting to see what's coming up. Everyone is getting so excited at the same time. So be like,
Yeah.
oh, did you see that house announcement? Did you see that? Oh my gosh, I wonder what Scare Zones is gonna be.
If
It
we like
everyone
want to
like
see Dead Man's Mic crash, like our Instagram literally crashed when those announcements are going out because it's the community. We follow
yeah.
the community, they
Hmm.
follow us. So when it goes crazy and we're all like posting it,
It's just yep.
everything was frozen. I'm like, Craig, I can't even post it
I
because it's
can't
not
do it.
working. It was crazy. It was crazy.
So
Now I
if
will say,
oh, what will you
my
say?
bad, my bad, my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Well, what was your question gonna be?
No, I was gonna say if you and Craig had the creative control, what would HHN look like for Des Van's mic year?
You literally just took me into what I was gonna say.
Hey, listen,
I
this is why.
promise. Oh man. So a big dream of mine would be to have the Toxic Icon / Dead Man's Mike presents Universal Original House that we can collaborate with Universal Creative to make. That would be the ultimate honor. It would be
Yeah.
the ultimate accomplishment. Like to have an actual house at HHN
Mhm.
be announced to be a part of the rollout, be on the
Mhm.
t-shirt. Like we have discussed many different ideas that we would do if this ever came our way.
Oh, we will.
And exactly, we're gonna speak that into existence. Like
Right,
we
we
will.
will.
But one thing I would do is we've talked about Mardi Gras murders.
Yes,
We
you have.
definitely have talked about
Mhm.
doing an original house theme to that if the opportunity ever came our way.
Yeah.
Like if they approached us and said we want Dead Man's Mike and or Toxic Icon, I don't care which platform it is. That is
Yeah.
an honor. We want your platform to help us create a house. We're doing it. Like we're
Mhm.
not. We will go down there for a month if we have to stay down there for a month and build it. We're not going to pass that up.
Right.
So
And if you guys do not know, Toxic Icon he is also one half of Toxic Icon.
I am.
The the other half has been on here before with the special clown. You guys have seen him.
Yeah.
They are both scare actors from St. Louis, which is why I met them in the first place. Still have seen our first DM, and it's quite wild that yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy.
But I'm so excited for next year. I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a
Yeah.
little scared, but I think it's gonna be insane.
It's just a lot coming up. It's just
And
a
it's an
lot.
anniversary year. Have you been to other anniversary years?
No.
Oh
No.
god.
I missed I wanted to go to 25, which was Carnival of Carnage, if I'm not wrong.
Oh God.
That one was that one was massive. I think Craig and I both said that we wanted to go to that.
Yeah.
And then 30 was HHN Light, which that was technically an anniversary.
Oh,
That was during
yeah.
COVID.
I was like,
So
yeah.
it didn't really get the same. So since 25, so 10 years ago, this is our first anniversary year in 10 years.
And we
Like
are doing the
full
RIP
fledged.
tour this year.
Yes,
We are
yes. Yeah, this is big. And I we have been trying to urge, kind of urge to our audience that they
Mhm.
do pay attention to Dead Man's Mic, be prepared to buy everything when it drops. Because with this,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you one thing that's gonna sell the event out if nothing else happens. Jack versus Oddfellow.
Yeah.
If that happens and y'all not ready,
Then we're
I mean
yep.
this
And
year is going to be massive. It
mhm.
is. It's going to be
And
massive.
by the time that your guys' panel will show up, we will have your panel is going to absolutely have so much going on
Yeah. There's
with
so
that.
much. I'm gonna have to make an outline for it because
Yeah.
there's gonna be so much for us to cover.
We're gonna
There's gonna
have
be
to
so much
send it
for us
to
to
Ken
cover.
because we're gonna have a lot.
Yeah,
At the
absolutely.
panel at Ghouliecon. Do we want to talk about Ghouliecon?
Let's do it.
Oh
Let's do
God.
it,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
man. So
It's like
for those of you who may not know, we are also a part of the same collective,
mm-hmm.
which is, how do I explain this? Ice Coffee with Heavy Screams, Dead Man's Mic,
Mm-hmm.
Toxic Icon, all formed together. We have formed Toxic Coven Media, which
Mm-hmm.
we all together run Ghouliecon. Um, I feel like Joe, you should kind of take it and start it with the history of Ghouliecon, how it started, because for real though, like if you think about it, we didn't come in on Ghouliecon until
Mm-hmm.
after it was fully established.
Yeah.
We are proud to say that Toxic Icon, we were original guests at the very
Yes.
first Ghouliecon. We were on that
Mm-hmm.
original bill, and
Yes.
that we'll never forget that. In fact, we were booked for 3 horror cons that weekend, and we told both of them to book us another day. We're gonna say a nice word, but we'll go to Ghouliecon
Well,
because we knew like this was a smaller show, but it was brand new. And I was like,
yeah.
we kind of need to go be a part of something brand new. Like, why wouldn't we go be a
And
part of
it.
that?
So yes, Ghouliecon, which is crazy that we have a history.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Ghouliecon was 2024, right? Uh, 2024. Yeah,
24. It was
24,
24.
2024. So I was in the living room, with previous hosts and everything. And just we were watching Tampa J at a convention center. And it was, I think, Spooky Empire or something like that. And it was
I'm
like,
going to that in May. I can't wait.
uh, we go there. Listen, we about to be in some conventions next year.
Got you.
Hashtag shared note.
Yeah,
And it's and being like a content creator, there's not a space for us. Not saying that we're not embraced in certain spaces, but there's not a convention that is solely focused on us, on the content creator side of it. And if you think about it, we really do drive a lot of the horror community in general. I mean,
yeah,
we just talked about Dead Man's Mic, HHN speculation season, Toxic Icon. You guys are both haunt actors, and you talk about the haunted house industry. There's there's so many passions that people have that are just not utilized or not. I would just say like focused on in normal everyday conventions. Not saying that it's like it's okay. We're
yeah,
not, trying to drag down any other conventions, but it was a very what if moment and why not? And I just went hashtag leaping lizard. I just went full force. And I just said, why not? Reached out to all these people. I did not know who this man was. I did not know at all
yeah,
who
yeah.
I was just somebody from Kentucky.
Because
And
like Yurdy and I were trying to get Toxic Icon in at any con that we found out
yeah.
about. It's kind of funny to look back on this, but when we started Toxic Icon, we went hard. Like I think
Mhm.
we cranked out like no lie, probably like 10 or 11 podcast episodes in like a span of 3 months.
Right.
Which going through the studio and having them edit it and everything, that
Knowing that,
is
yeah, that's a
a
lot.
very strong margin. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Mhm.
very strong margin.
Mhm.
So we cranked out all these episodes and we really just had the motivation and the fire. So what we did was we just started looking up, like I'm pretty sure I just went online and typed in horror cons, like horror cons 2024, like whatever. And we found so many cons. And we just started putting them on our calendar. Like we're gonna go to
Yeah.
these. We don't even need a panel. We'll just wear our hoodies. We'll go and network, network, network. Like that was our biggest thing.
Right.
I want to say like we had HHN, and then if like had everything worked out, of course, like after HHN, we were gonna fly from Orlando to New Jersey to go to New Jersey HorrorCon, and
Yeah,
go
yeah.
from that to Pennsylvania for HorrorCon,
Yeah.
and then just kind of track back.
Mhm.
And like all that didn't work out, but we were just trying to get our name out there in any kind of way
Right.
that we could. So then we came across when we did Evansville HorrorCon, March of 2024. That was our first time recording Toxic Icon in front of a live audience.
Mhm.
That was really cool too. Really cool experience, and we would absolutely do it again. But we did that, and then they loved us so much at Evansville
Yeah.
that they were like asking for us to come back for Nashville.
Yeah.
Their Nashville con was on the very first date, or was on the same date as the very first Ghouliecon. And I did not recognize, or maybe I didn't. I'm not gonna say I didn't recognize, but I just didn't read hard enough, like the dates and the times and
Yeah.
everything, because I had everything in the calendar. But
We
I
know.
reached out to you, and I was just like, "Yo, like we have this platform.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Like we would love to
Yeah.
be a part of a panel. Like if you still have panel slots open." And then we did a panel, which I have to say, like the Ghouliecon panel was our. We just had a blast with that because
Mhm.
we were supposed to bring our camera guy with us. It didn't work out, so it was just easier for us to sit there and just
And just
interact
talk.
with the audience and just have
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
It's different being in a room projecting to a bunch of people who just kind of like horror and they're just like checking it out
Yeah.
versus literally a room that was filled of horror content creators.
That yeah. There
And
was
there
horror
were
lovers,
a lot of creators in there.
but that's what I mean, that's what the whole point is to do that because even when other panels were going on, I mean, we were all in the audience with Horror Chronicles when she was doing her live show. We had the Housewives of Horror. Like we
Yep.
were all in a space that I don't think has been created before for us.
No, no.
I don't think that people understand that being a horror content creator is still the same as just being like a normal lifestyle creator, an entrepreneur creator. Like I think that those type of niches get a lot more respect.
Wait, I can't hear you. You cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Listen. It's a
No.
little testy. It's okay, but I think that that's it's true. I feel like when you say horror content creators, people just think that okay, we're going to talk about Scream for 7 hours a day.
Can't
Which
do
I mean, there's so much more to it, and that's why I wanted y'all to come specifically because when I saw y'all's page, I was like, they're cool as hell.
it.
They
Yeah.
do they do the podcast. Like I love it.
Yeah. Like
That,
when we created Toxic Icon, it was very simple. It was
yeah.
let's get as many hunters in the room and let's share our stories.
Mhm.
Let's talk about our experience, what it means to you, what it means to them, their experience, how they got into it, and it just kind of grew from there. Now we have the Radioactive Road Show, and we have all these different things that we do that fall under toxic icons.
Mhm.
So it was pretty cool to see how it grew, and that's why Ghouliecon was our early entryway into the con side of things.
Mhm.
Like Evansville, of course, like we were able to do that and put that out. But without that, we wouldn't have been able. Like you were running Ghouliecon at the time, we wouldn't have
Mhm.
had anything to show for what we were trying to do. It
Yeah.
really worked out the way it was supposed to.
I think it did. I do. I think it did. How would you say, I mean, that was my first year running a con, so I was just doing it by myself and we were just trying to figure it out as we go. But
Yeah.
how has this planning process been for you? Like as part
Well,
of the Scream team?
I was gonna say since joining the Screen team, we have now collectively done one con together as
Mhm.
a group.
Mhm.
That was Kentucky 2025. There are videos about it on YouTube,
And our
uh,
website has all
and,
the
and definitely our
Mhm.
website, Joanna. Make sure you put that down there.
Mhm.
But there are so many different content creator platforms that y'all need to go check out that
Mhm.
they also film their own personal experience at the
Yes.
con, which
And
was
that's on the
really cool
website too.
because we don't want y'all to just get it from our perspective.
Mhm.
We want you to get it from everybody's perspective. So, the planning process. I feel like the first show that we all did together, we had a lot of positives, but we also had some negatives, and we were able to learn from those
Yes.
and go back to the drawing board to kind of like tweak things and really troubleshoot things so that we're good to go for our next show.
Mhm.
Luckily, like we believe in ourselves enough as a team, we're expanding it to St. Louis. So now, if y'all don't know, we now have two shows. We have a Kentucky show and
Yeah.
we have a St. Louis show. We're gearing up. We're getting ready for our St. Louis show. It's going to be in March, March 21st, 2026 at Pop's Concert Venue in Sauget, Illinois.
Mhm.
The planning process is always kind of, I feel like it does this
Mhm.
in
It definitely
terms of,
does.
yeah, and it's almost like a business. Well,
Mhm.
not almost, it is a business, but it's just like if
Yeah.
you think about holiday season just ended. So
Mhm.
now malls are probably pretty slow right now.
Right.
But as soon as it starts to get warm and people want to start getting more outfits to do more stuff like outside
Mhm.
or they're putting their winter clothes away, like it'll start to get busy again. So that was something that I actually had to get used to in the beginning of
Yeah.
the planning process when we were planning the show that we just did in Kentucky.
Mhm.
Because I remember a couple times where I was just like, we're getting no traction. We're
Yeah.
not getting any emails, no vendors, no
Mhm.
nothing. Like, what almost like one to just turn around and point the finger at us saying that we did
What
something
did we
wrong.
do? Mhm.
Not like it's I've learned how to just be cool with the ebb and flow and just kind of go along with it per se.
Mhm.
Um, but I also feel like planning St. Louis after we did the Kentucky show was actually really easy because it really comes down to scheduling,
Mhm.
communication, booking, and repeat, and just
Yeah.
make sure that everything is good. But also remembering to communicate with these people that you book after they are booked.
Yes.
Don't just book and then
Yes.
not do anything. You book and foster a relationship with them,
Yes.
continue to talk to them so that they are still eager to want to be a part of it. You know,
Mhm.
that's the
I
biggest thing for
And like with us, the Scream team too, I think that with us being content creators, us being in the realm, y'all being scare actors, like I think that it just shows that we really are leading Ghouliecon with a passion
me. Yeah,
versus more than anything else. This is a passion project for us, and we are obviously going to be learning. Shout out to Sledge. Sledge is coming. He's also a content creator. He's been there since the beginning. He will be
since the
moderating.
beginning, since the beginning,
Since the,
moderating all our
since
panels.
the beginning. So it's for us, I mean, I think that's such a strength that we have as a Scream team. I mean, when you look at Ghouliecon and when you see the panels, when you see our like schedule of spooks, all of that kind of stuff, this entire convention comes from our brains.
Yeah,
The Me, you, Yerny, and Craig. It comes from what are we thinking about? How do we want this to look like? It's from us
yep.
as content creators, as scare actors, and I think that that's just you don't see that a lot in the con circuit. I feel like.
No, I totally agree, and that's not to bash on
I'll say we're not,
any
we're not,
other
yeah, we're not.
cons. We like the thing about it is that we also, as a team, we know our size.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're not Spooky Empire size.
Right.
We've never said that, and
Mm-hmm.
I hope and if people have ever thought anything like that, we know that we're not Spooky Empire size.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
We know that we're not the most massive con in the country, in the world for that matter. We know that.
Yeah.
Would it be a blessing to be that big one day? Absolutely. But we're playing to our strengths. So if you want like more of a small, intimate kind of atmospheric show, because that's another thing we want to create atmospheres.
Mm-hmm.
We are able to do that with the venues that we're choosing. We're able to do that with the guests that we're choosing,
Mm-hmm.
schedules that we're putting together. Like those or all those different things kind of coincide. It helps us build like what is Ghouliecon. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Ghouliecon is actually one of the coolest things I think I've ever worked on. It's seriously because
Yeah.
it's so different. It
It.
wouldn't look the way that it does. It wouldn't You wouldn't see the reactions that it gets from the people who have come out to
Mm-hmm.
one if it wasn't ran by us just like off soul passion.
Yes.
If we
Everyone has.
entertainment company just dumping bread into this shit, like
Mm-hmm.
it would be very one dimensional.
It because we are so like, for example, for the Dead Man's Mic, we have an HHM panel. We're always going to have that because we know how imperative it is in the community. And I think for Ghouliecon in general, and this is something that I wanted to do with Ghouliecon just in general. I will always say this. I'm not saying I don't understand, but I've always loved haunted houses. I've always loved paranormal. I've always loved anything and everything spooky. And a lot of horror content creators that I've seen, or a lot of just conventions I've seen, there's not a lot of just like the bridge is not gapped.
Correct.
And there's so much room that we have in order to bridge those gaps. Because
Yep.
I feel like it's one and the same. We're all part of the same spooky community. Like when Creep did her paranormal focus, or when we did the paranormal focus or the Phantom Focus panel. That was
That
so
panel
fun.
was awesome. Like,
We talked about different ghosts and stuff. Like it was so
and you got to
fun.
think about this. Like, look at the lineup. If you have a HHN panel, and we're
Mm-hmm.
going to talk all things theme park haunted house. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's very important for people to know theme park haunt and independent haunt are two completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Dead Man's Mic and Toxic Icon exist separately because
Mm-hmm.
it's two different things. But you have that panel, and then you go from that, and you have Sledgehammer Horror Live, and
Mm-hmm.
whether he's calling the audience up to ask them, "What's your favorite horror movie?" or "What was the first one you watched?"
Mm-hmm.
or if he's giving you two different movies and he's making you decipher between them, which one is horror, which one is not. You
Yeah.
have that panel. Then you have Final Girls. We have Final Girls come out from California.
Mm-hmm.
If they come on stage and then they do a very, very, very well detailed
Yes, they
episode
did.
that is all about one actress, one
Mm-hmm.
character, it is very structured, but it is very, very centered on that one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you switch gears completely and bring up these content creators that do all paranormal stuff and you have Phantom Focus.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna keep me in my seat. Complete
All
like
day.
all day. We've talked about haunted attractions,
Mm-hmm.
slasher movies that I grew up on as a kid, so we got the nostalgia in there.
Mm-hmm.
You breaking down one specific character that everybody loves in the horror community, regardless of who that may
Right.
be. We're gonna flip the script completely, and not only am I gonna have a chance to like share ghost stories, I'm also gonna get to learn and hear experiences about what certain people experienced.
Right.
That's the
And
blueprint. That's the
with
blueprint of Ghouliecon
it,
right there. That is the blueprint.
nah, I mean, we creating our own blueprint because too, along with like our panels and everything, I think that we also emphasize just like the live entertainment.
Yeah.
We had a drag show, an alternative drag show specifically last year. We had a fashion show the first year because again, I feel like Ghouliecon is so multi-dimensional with what we really try to try to bring out and try to make sure the audience when they come in, they know that we are thinking about as far as what they would want to experience when they come in.
Yeah. Yep.
I in the drag show, and we have some performances for this year. We're just gonna say
We
that
do.
because I don't know.
We do.
We do. We don't have
They're not yet out yet, but
yeah,
well, they're not out yet, but stay tuned. We definitely do. But I
stay.
do want to talk about the alternative drag show.
Yeah.
Um, that was the coolest thing ever.
Hmm.
Like that, it was so. That's when we talk about the multi-dimensional.
Hmm.
We want you to bring the family out, and for you, like for there to be something for everybody to
Hmm.
enjoy, whether it be our live performances, the side spoofs like the tarot card readers or
Yes.
psychic or any of that kind of stuff, or the panels, or you just want to come out and shop with our amazing vendors. Like
Mm.
these are all the different dimensions of Ghouliecon, and especially if you're a content creator, we're not putting any red flags on networking.
No,
Like that's
we
another thing that
never
I see
did.
with cons. Oh, if you're not in a booth space, don't walk around and
We
hey,
want
use
you to
your
walk around.
platform. Why would we tell you not to do that? Like,
We networked with each other. That's how GoolieCon is the way that it is. I
yeah,
mean, that's literally how the Scream team connected, and that's we want you into like with the creators and stuff that we have. I mean, we don't when we reach out to you, we don't look at follower count. We don't look at none of that stuff. Honestly, we just look at your profile and we just kind of see what vibe you have, and we're like, okay, they would be really cool at
yeah,
GoolieCon. We do
yeah.
not. We
We
want to
want to
meet
make
you
sure that
guys.
we're like doing personal and cordial invites to creators because we want y'all to
Mhm.
know that you're also seen. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? We don't like for real. We don't care about the numbers. Like Toxic
I don't
Icon
look
was invited to be a part of GhoulieCon. I think we had like 600 followers or
I
something.
don't even look at y'all's followers. I literally just
Yeah,
looked
like
and saw. I think Lou did one of his normal like reels or whatnot. Or it was one of y'all shows, like the radioactive shows, and I was like, oh, this is cool as shit. Like I want
yeah.
them there.
And the thing is like if we meet somebody who knows somebody who owns a haunt,
Hmm.
Toxic Icon just got in the door.
Hmm.
Like it's all about networking. It's all about like if we could really get technical about like
Right.
social media when it comes to, like hashtags and this and that and everything, but it's all about networking, but also being genuine. You can't.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, like networking as a creator will never work if somebody can pick up on the fact that you're cocky or you're arrogant or anything like
Hmm.
that. It won't work. Like
Hmm.
you gotta if you're gonna show love, then show love. It's gonna get shown back to you. You know what I'm saying? But if people pick up on you that like you're not really,
You're just doing this just to do it,
you're just
just to
doing it.
try to. Nah.
Also, will get thrown back at you. So like, we don't want to see that happen to nobody.
No.
We don't
But
want to see that.
we're almost to an hour mark, so I won't keep y'all a lot longer. However, I do want to end. So if what would you want people to ultimately take away from Dead Man's Mic?
We okay. We just love the theme park community. We love theme parks. We love being nerds about Halloween Horror Nights. It is truly one of the best events ever. We're blessed to be able to go every year, but we also want to make friends and like want to build a group and kind of a sub community within a community. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? We want y'all to listen to our takes, but if you don't like something we said, or like maybe not if you don't like something we said, but like if you don't agree that like what my favorite house was, if you think that your favorite house triumphs that, DM us and tell us because let's debate about it. Let's talk about it because at the end
Yeah,
of that, it's gonna be cool. And then when I see you in the park, I'm gonna buy you a beer because we're tight. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's what I would say. Just Craig and I are just two bros just nerding out about theme parks and catching flights, man. That's literally it. So
Hashtag MCO is real.
yeah, the carpet at MCO all day long.
Oh
Definitely.
gosh, well this has
Oh, and
been
also
oh
my bad. I know
no,
we
you're
got
good. You're good. No, you're fine.
we are seriously, seriously trying to integrate the HHN community at Ghouliecon. Spooky Empire and Midsummer Scream are the two cons right now that make sure that there is a space provided for people to talk HHN, whether it be a panel, Universal Creative personnel showing up to do a panel. El Artista got announced at a con last year. Who's to say
Yeah,
we can't get a house announcement at Ghouliecon one day? But in order to have something that cool, we need y'all to rock with us and buy in and definitely come and support us because we're really trying to build something awesome here. But it ain't just for us, it's for everybody.
correct. I cannot wait for y'all to see St. Louis. We got some stuff coming up. We got,
Stuff on the way. Cool stuff on the way.
but I will do my spell and banish you away. I will after this. You do have to cleanse yourself too, because you've been in the shadows for a little bit. So
All right, I will.
you have to cleanse. You have to cleanse. But thank you so much for being here in the shadows. And I will make sure that all of you guys' toxic icon, dead man's mic, all of that will be in the description. So don't you worry. But it's been wonderful, and you guys already know. Ta ta for now. Bye.